This is my first YouTube video, so I'm doing a test stream of Resident Evil 2. Yeah, I know it sounds a little monotone, but just want to make sure everyone understands me and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's that. Give me a second here. Gonna send some invites to people. And let's see what we have going on here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to... Yeah, I'm trying to look at some live videos of me playing RE. Ah, here we go. Let's go to here. Yeah, I'm going online right now and I'm just kind of promoting my video a little bit just so that people can see what's going on. Stuff like that. Yeah. Alright. Yep. Now that I got the self-promotion out of the way... Oh, wait. Hold on. I forgot about my brother. Ha ha ha. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, I guess for those that are tuning in, sorry if there's like 3 minutes of me just doing random stuff. So I did the part 1 of this stream on my Twitch channel just to make sure my PS4 was running correctly with the live stream that was happening. So in this live stream, I'm gonna do part 2, and hopefully we can finish what's called the Claire's side of the story. So, and just to give you an insight, I also gave Claire and Leon the 1998 costumes, which are just basically their polygonal models. Excuse me. And I just basically started I just saved right before Sherry. Oh wow, that is loud. I am so sorry. My TV is yuck. Where'd I put the remote? Where's the TV remote? I found the TV remote. Yeah. Sorry, I had some problems with... Yeah, I was watching TV a little earlier ago. And... Gonna go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, I remember this girl, yeah. In the original game, the guy went and said, oh, she turned into a zombie, so I killed her and strung her up on the table for some reason. Dude was so totally creepy.
Where you going, Sherry?
Aw, snap.
I told you to stay put. You need to learn to listen.
Leave me alone. Just please.
Time
Oh,
to
dang.
teach some manners.
Oh man, that's how they created Two-Face and Batman.
You little bitch. You're gonna pay for this.
No, that's just not very nice.
Oh, shit.
You can be upset all you want, but you brought that on yourself, bud. You brought that on yourself. Oh yeah, this is probably one of the scarier parts of the game, just because you're a helpless little girl. And then you're running through an orphanage, so it's supposed to be a happy place. Or as happy as an orphanage can be. And then here you are being chased by a man. And you want to shoot him, but you simply just can't. You just can't. It's kind of funny because this is actually some content, or this is what they used in Resident Evil 7 whenever you're hiding away from the Baker family. I think specifically, if I remember correctly, it was the mom, and then, you know, occasionally, I guess, the dad. But I guess they're from Louisiana and they're in a plantation house, so I think they prefer the term Ma and Pa.
Show yourself. I know you're in here.
I mean, you know we're in here, but you're not smart enough to find us. And you move that thing. Pretty sure he's supposed to come back.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah.
Bitch has gotta be here somewhere.
And then we can go this way.
God damn it!
Yeah. I played this game so many times, so I know where to go. But I feel like those are famous last words if I get caught. But pretty sure he gets to here, knocks over the books, and then he goes to the bathroom. We steal the key. Bob's your uncle, and we try to leave.
Show yourself now. It burns.
Oh yeah. Who locks the bathroom? Seriously. Like, what if you really gotta go? I didn't run into any other bathrooms in this entire area. I'd like to point that out.
Fuck is my key? I see.
I mean, sure, you see me. But guess what? I'm totally gonna outrun you. I knew that was a thing. I just totally did that for the effect. It's a lot of fun. Why did he lock? I know. Wow, he locked every door. What a jerk. Oh yeah. Also, they're apparently fans of The Shining, hence why that's the thing.
Get over here, you bitch.
Although they totally missed the whole "Here's Johnny." And then pretty much this part of the game is done.
Is
In the original game, though, there was a lot of Sherry moments that you could have done a lot of Sherry things.
Let me go!
Uh-oh. And here comes Big Daddy Monster. Face hugs that dude and impregnates him. Yeah. It's a pretty scary procedure, you know? Something that Japanese horror people would have probably done. Oh wait, this is Japanese horror. I think I just stumbled onto something. Alright, so now we are loading. Dinch, dinch.
Good to see you again, Flaire. We've got unfinished business.
Look at that worry on her face. Her acting is so... It's a great... So subpar. I love it. Has more expression than anybody else in Hollywood that I know of.
Fine.
Wow.
Where are you?
Even the way she grabs objects is beautiful.
Where is that?
In the neighborhood. You'll find it.
Sherry already.
I don't understand why they have to go through so much trouble into making games as realistic as possible, yet this one shows more expression and emotion than any video game character I've ever seen.
Damn it.
Kratos, Alucard, no video game character that I know of has such great expressions like this person.
Just you wait, asshole.
Oh yeah. Whoa! So great. So sublime. I feel like a new person. Alright, so I'm trying to remember to see if there's any bosses after this. I don't think there is. But I ain't going out there because I don't want Mr. X gonna give it to me to give it to me. It rains. Wow, even the polygon knows I have to cover my face because it's cold. And I'm wearing shorts. You know, this is in the middle of September. They're pretty much someplace in the north of the United States. And she is wearing shorts. I know she's supposed to have a biker motif, but I feel like the remake's costume for her was a lot more realistic. It's something that you would dress for. The occasion. Oh snap. Heh. I totally forgot to grab extra ammo for my machine pistol, but I think I'll be fine. Oh shiznit! I totally forgot about that. Never-ending rain. It never rains, it only pours. Oh my gosh, I'm being stalked! Somebody stop! It's a pervert in a trench coat. Everybody knows what perverts in trench coats do. Here, Was that wasting it? Yes, yes it was. Do I care? No, no I don't. Haha, joke's on you. You can't fit up here. Ba-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, let's see something real quick. Yeah. So, let's go. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and like this, and let's see. I'll just leave it there. That way. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Fossils. Dun dun dun. Oh. Shh. We have to be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Oh. just like that. Use the environment to your advantage. That is what I've been taught in the ways of the samurai. Ah! Ah! The environment's attacking me! Oh, it's just a dog. Okay. Okay, seriously. What the heck was that? Okay, I'm not tripping, right? First he was up here and I shot him. He falls down over here, only to jump and die over here. I'm not the only one, right? Right? I don't think so. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually one of my favorite things about this game. Is there's an actual achievement for shooting the dogs if they are in the air, and the dogs just climb, and that's the beautiful part, and I love that. There's an actual achievement for that. Okay. Let's see.
Stay back! Get the fuck off!
Screw you, Scooby.
Son of a bitch!
There we go.
What the hell?
Get out of here. Oh, hey, Kevin. Yeah, I know you're at work. I figured you'd just be lurking and stuff if you were at work. That'd be awesome, though. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do streams a lot later, but I felt like doing it in the middle of the day because I'm kind of by myself. All by myself. Yeah. Oh well. I probably picked a horrible time to stream anyways. Maybe I'll stream again tonight just so I can get some YouTube thingies going. I know this bastard is real life. Ah! Haha!
Oh no.
Leg him. He didn't give me the option to get my knife, so he is not dead. Unless my knife has been destroyed. Eh. I don't care. Okay, what's going on here?
That's gotta be the orphanage.
Yes, my text message tone is The Legend of Zelda. Do 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 do. You got a surprise, or you install the puzzle. Yeah.
Hang on, Sherry.
Okay. One of the things that I didn't like about this game is that you don't get the option to pull out the flashlight. And that makes me sad. Because how cool would it be to pull out a flashlight and get these dark corners right here, right? Instead of having to go into the brightness thing and, you know, do brightness things. Alright, so here...
I have the pendant!
Alright, so...
Sherry? Sherry, are you here?
So these are really nice Easter eggs that I'm coming up on. Apparently, a lot of people actually don't come... There's some people who don't actually come upstairs. They immediately just go rescue Sherry. Because, you know, it's the right thing to do. And... you can get a first aid spray. You get the letter from the director that talks about how Kate, like, so if you, this is one of the most easily missable pieces of lore, but basically, regarding the incident in question, I'm glad to report that this is all taken care of. On February 19th, test subject 628 escaped from the lab and broke into our facility. 628 was originally from this facility's candidate pool and apparently returned in the hope of seeking help. 628 is quickly detained by our staff as 628 was undergoing one of the lab's clinical trials that he had brought the virus with him, so we disposed of all our test subjects as precautions. Yeah, we disposed of all our test subject candidates as a precaution. Their speedy disposal was conducted by the security team, to whom I'd like to extend my thanks. As for our neighbors, we told them that due to the building's dilapidated state, we had to temporarily move all the children to a different orphanage for their safety. As the future of this facility, once has been fully decontaminated, I plan to resume securing more test candidates. I like to point out, in this part of the story, the 628 they're referring to is Leroy from Leroy and Stitch. And also the other test subjects were also children. Yeah, these are all children. And I'm thinking that 628 could be referring to a specific thing somewhere in the Resident Evil lore. I don't know. I'm not looking it up, but at least not at this moment. I'll do it for some other time. But one of the things about 628 is that my theory is that there were 628 children that they experimented on, and they chose to do it on this. It's pretty dark because though the caretakers of the orphanage, well, let's just say they aren't there for they're not there for nap time, or they're not there to actually take care of kids. They're just there to go, oh, it's okay, little guy, we'll take good care of you in the most sinister way possible. Actually, hold on, I know that there is a raccoon thingy here. I'll find it. But honestly, like, it's probably one of the darker things about Resident Evil is that they went and said, hey, we're going to experiment on orphans because nobody will care. I care. I care about the orphans. Poor little things. What did they ever do to deserve that? I hear the thing slightly, but that's only because I don't... Oh, wait. That's not it. What I fired? Don't ask. Oh, it's on the other side. Haha. Yeah, what's called the orphanage is actually one of the darker areas in the game. Like, no joke. Yeah, so apparently these kids are told that they're being adopted, only to find out that they're being turned to food for the boogeyman. So basically, all the kids get taken away with the idea of they're being adopted or they're going to a doctor, only to never come back. And they use the adoption thing as a, oh, that's what happened to you. Oh, snap.
Your fault.
What?
Took too long.
I usually use that excuse for whenever I do something that's recklessly impulsive.
Oh my god!
Like, say I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone with my friends and they're at the shop, and then all of a sudden I get into a firefight like 50 yards away, and they're like, what the heck? Why did you go ahead of us? And I'll tell them, you took too long. No joke. That's literally what it was. You took too long. The only difference is I haven't had to use that excuse whenever a chest burster comes out of my chest. You know. Aw, poor little mannequin thing. You know, there's actually a what if DLC scenario where she apparently you get to play as her. Pretty much. No, I'm not sugarcoating it. You play as her. And it's a lot. It's fun, but it's a lot of memorization. It's basically like if you try to play the Last Survivor, and then you get Tofu Survivor, so you have to memorize where everything's at.
Claire! Sherry? I'll be right there!
But honestly, like, the Tofu Survivors are probably a lot better than the Ghost Survivor people. Oh snap, we gotta run.
Claire! It's behind you! Don't stop!
Oh no! Give me one sec, guys. I gotta get on my phone real quick. I know that's totally ruining everything that I'm working for right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one thing real quick. And I think that should be it. Yeah. Let me see. Sorry, it's my first time streaming, and I would like my friends to watch, you know? Just tagging them. Yeah. Yeah, I got friends that were telling me I should start a YouTube channel.
Keep going!
So I was like, why the heck not? Oh, this is actually a pretty dope scene. Now, the thing about this is that when they did the original game of Resident Evil 2, there was a lot of continuity between Leon and Claire's story that followed. And the problem I have with following Claire and Leon's story in these games is that you have to ignore certain continuity. But in my continuity of the game, this happened, but the Tyrant, in my opinion, regenerated. And that's the thing. I like to think that he regenerated. So that way he could fight Leon.
Claire, are you all right? Can you hear me? Claire? Claire, you have to get up.
So like the way I think of it is that
Wake up!
if there was a segment in the game where Claire had to fight Birkin, I like to think it was she fought version 2, which is basically what we just saw, and version 4, which is when they're on the train at the end of the game. And Leon fought version 1 and 3. And to me that makes the most sense. Like, you got to pick and choose your continuity whenever you try to piece the story of the game. It's kind of like in the first Resident Evil where you had to do the similar thing.
Sherry's fine.
And I like to make the continuity that Jill and Chris split up and they searched one side of the house while they searched the other side of the house.
What happened to her?
But then you have to pick and choose which continuity where Richard dies. And I like to think that
I'm Claire.
that Chris fought Yogg and Richard died trying to save him from the zombified sharks. I think I forgot what they called them in the thing.
Annette, tell
Um
me, what happened to William? I don't know. Who's that? The creature responsible.
and so and then Claire would go on. And I haven't actually made a whole thing about Jill, which boss that Jill and Chris went up against.
Where are you going?
I like to think.
I don't have time for 20 questions.
Ooh, what's going on here?
Everything's under control.
I need to find Sherry. My daughter is not
Sorry, I
in
just got a really awesome meme. So,
Sherry's her daughter?
yeah. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Yeah. Okay, I like this because there's a lot of cheeky things that we see here. A lot of missable items. Now, if I was speedrunning the game,
Where did Sherry go?
which I totally probably would have failed because you got to finish the game in under 3 hours and 30 minutes or something like that, depending on which side you take. And finishing the game in under an hour, that's kind of a tough thing. I'll store this. And ooh, I'll take that out. Yeah. I like rapid fire guns. Just whoop-ah! There's a yeah, and I've sped around the game before. This is a sub account that I created for the purpose of streaming. So, me personally, as a person, I sped run the game. I've done it for the remake of Resident Evil 1. I did it for Resident Evil. I've done it for Resident Evil 2. Personally, I have not played the remake of Resident Evil 3. I own it. I bought it the other day, pre-owned for $30. But I haven't played it yet. I'm thinking of I should play it on stream for the first time. You know, record my reactions and whatnot.
Can you hear me?
But I've sped run Resident Evil 1. Was it 1? And if you complete Resident Evil, well, not the original, the remake. And if you complete the remake in under a certain amount of time, which I think is like 3 hours or something like that, I can't remember. You get the Infinite Samurai's Edge plus the Infinite Rocket Launcher, which, oh my gosh, that is a awesome thing on its own. I don't know if you guys have done that, but getting the infinite ammo weapons is so much fun because you just blast through the game. Literally blast through the game. Like, I don't know, if anybody ever watches this test stream, I will gladly go and do the speed run of this game. And I mean, I'll practice the speed run again. I had to do it a couple times. But the thing about speedrunning the game is that I get really exhausted speedrunning. And I mean, it's more of a mental exhaustion than anything physical. And a lot of the reason why it's a mental exhaustion is just because you have to remember any decision you make can either put you on track as far as speed time goes, or it could totally screw you over. And especially if you have to start all over. I had to get really good, so I wouldn't have to start over. Oh yeah, I'm totally wasting ammo. I don't give a crap. I mean, that's what this gun's pretty much for. Until I can get it upgraded. Which will actually be soon. This is why I like running Claire's story as B. The B scenario. And that's just because Claire will actually get her attachments for this gun so much sooner than most people actually give it credit for. Sorry, I get tongue-tied. Leave me alone. I can't remember what it was. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. I have it all down in my notes. I have like a whole note section that's written up for this. And let's see. Basically, every time I found something, I wrote it down, right? And so, there it is. I was almost right. Yeah. I wrote it down so that way whenever I do the speed run, I can grab everything real quick. Yeah, what's it called? And I mean, that was a smart thing to do on my part. But you see, I come from an older generation of gamers from the 90s, early 2000s, where when we got the game manual, it actually had a place called Notes, where you could write down notes if you wanted to for horror games. Resident Evil had one of those manuals, so like you could put combinations.
Sherry.
Passwords, and there's actually a password section for games that actually didn't traditionally save. They had things called password saves. When you beat the level or you get to the level, it will say this is the password, write it down. Once you write it down, you can continue forward.
I don't have time for this.
The only thing that sucks though is if you've got extra lives on the way, they don't carry over. And let me tell you, I love having a bunch of lives because I get I'm like an adrenaline junkie when it comes to certain things in games. And in this case, when I have a crap ton of ammo like I do right here in this game, like right there, I become such a... I try to see how much ammo I don't use, specifically for the handgun part. I know I just totally botched that whole thing with I'm going to destroy everything with this gun. And this is one of those guns where they're kind of good at close range, but you can do so much better much later on. I don't have a tape. Basically, I become kind of like an adrenaline save, or not. I kind of become an adrenaline junkie when I do certain things in these games. So an example is that, oh, find the plugs, yeah. Yeah. I remember the plugs. So, what I mean by, adrenaline junkie, it's like, if anyone's ever played The Last of Us, I try to save, that's a game where you have to save as much ammo as possible. But there was coming to a point where I was actually getting so much ammo that I would fill the inventory pretty quickly. So, in order for me to... And then I would tell my girlfriend, no, I refuse to use ammo. If I can stealth kill, I will stealth kill. And that is something I will take to the grave, I swear. You cannot tell me otherwise. I remember when headshots used to actually mean something. Kind of like that. But yeah, like I was quite the ammo hog whenever I played Last of Us 2. It got me killed plenty of times, and there were people who, and I think my girlfriend got sick of it. Like, she's like, "Why are you doing this when you could do that?" And I said, "Because I want my ammo." I was hoarding ammo like no one's business. Aha, master of unlocking. So I totally forgot that. I keep forgetting that was a thing for the handgun, is that it has a... That's one of the things I really like about Claire's thing, is that she gets really awesome weapons. But I hate that her starting handgun can be upgraded to a Magnum. And honestly, when it comes to this stuff, it's kind of a preference. It comes to a preference on how you feel about certain weapons, but for me, I feel like the Resident Evil franchise favored their women like a lot. And I say it depends on how you view that. So like an example is in Resident Evil original and remake, Jill was given both a grenade launcher, which is like a military style grenade launcher, not this little thing right here. But Jill was given the grenade launcher, and she was also given the shotgun. In the remake, she is given an assault shotgun, which also Chris gets too. And it was kind of like a balance, and also she gets more inventory space, whereas Chris Redfield had to stick with 6. She got a starting handgun. Chris had to find a handgun. And I think he ends up picking Jill's handgun, actually. Or picking up. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and switch. Ooh, that took up more inventory space than I cared for. Yeah, so... And honestly, I think the rocket launcher, like, I love the shotgun, but the fact that I have a grenade launcher, it helps out so much better at the beginning with lickers, because then you don't have to worry about them at the very beginning of the game, you know? You can just go ahead and just blast them down to smithereens. But then, what's going on here? Then you end up having, so let's see, what, yeah, I'm just like playing around right now. And then you get this one. It's the game gets a laser sight gun, and honestly, I would have loved it if what's called the crank.
ID wristband required for cable car entry.
You shut your mouth, Ellen Page. Yeah, I don't think Ellen Page actually played the train car, but I like to make that joke. It comes from an old Smosh video. If video games were Real 3 or Real 4. I remember it had The Last of Us and Springtrap in the front of it. Anyways, here's the thing. The laser sight is so useful in this game. Because, like, this used to be big crosshairs until you upgrade it to get the small crosshairs. This is what the crosshairs did look like. And you just stay still for a moment, and the crosshairs shrink. But then they grow back again. This is useful because it never shrinks or grows. And I wish you could have upgraded the Matilda for it. I think the Lightning Hawk gets the laser sight, which is actually still pretty awesome. And I wouldn't have minded that, but you know, some people to each their own. And I prefer to have all the advantages that I can, despite, you know, some gender differences here and there. Can I go up these? No, I can't go back up. I have to go all the way around. Darn. Okay. But also the gender differences also make something kind of a challenge, because I love the Matilda as it is. You know, get a stock. It has one of the most upgrades for the starting handgun in the game. So that's something he's got for him. And then it turns into a 3-round burst, which is something I also enjoy, personally. And the Matilda is actually one of my favorite fantasy, or it's one of the game. Well, it's one of my favorite weapons that I want in real life, and you can purchase it. You just can't purchase all the attachments just because gun laws exists. I explained this on my Twitch stream of the game, but apparently, here we go. I'll just toss that grenade just to get rid of them. But I've explained this in my Twitch stream that the Matilda exists as a weapon. It's called a VP-70, and it's a German-made handgun. It was actually for military use. You can own it as a civilian in Germany along with the stock, and the stock is actually really cool. And I do mean it is really cool. So, to kind of give you an idea of what the stock is, the stock itself is it gives the gun a 3-round burst, but it also has a switch that makes it go into a single shot. That's illegal to have in the States, but you can use it as a display weapon if you take the firing pin out. So I've been told, at least here in Texas. Which makes me sad, because I live in Texas, and all of a sudden, they're saying, bro, you can't own that. And, I can't go through here. Yeah, you also get the taser thingy if I go this way. But I don't feel like going this way. I don't feel like going that way. I just opened this so it'd be easier to go back. Also, I get this key. Yeah, right here. Let's examine the key. Yeah, it's pretty smart to get the key early on. So like I take every advantage as possible, pretty much. Oh, here we go. Turn that on. Yeah, this guy comes out. I like that I went I pretty much went through him. Or yeah, pretty much I went like he dove into the water and nothing until he rose up. Like he looked like he was a skinny little thing diving in. And then he wasn't. I find that humorous, to say the least. Alright, this should take me up to the work area. One of the things about Leon's story is that you can go through this area pretty relatively quickly early in the game. I'm just gonna blow his head off. Yeah. I never recommend using the Magnum rounds just for something so petty. If you want to call it petty. But you know what, dang it? I like to blow people's heads off in this game. It's a lot of fun. It's something that you don't do it all the time. And then you get to do this. I mostly like to knife people whenever I have a knife, but I don't have the knife. Let him go, let him go.
You asshole.
Haha! Of course. Yeah, this one has a lot more stopping power. And it's gonna fly open this other direction. Because for some reason, every door is a saloon door. Any moment now. That would have been so cool, you know, if they actually broke weapons. Or broke doors open. It'd be scary. But dang, that would be a lot of fun. Woohoo! And then I can use this to make... Yay! I made more acid rounds. Combine. Don't judge me. Open this up. Now I'm done with this key, so I can discard it. I'm going back to the beginning of the game. What's over here? Nothing. What's over here? Ammo. I will say, one of the things that are lacking in this remake is that, sure, it has infinite ammo guns you can get a hold of, like infinite rocket launcher, the infinite minigun, infinite assault rifle, and it does have a lot of infinite weapons. But how cool would it have been if you had infinite grenade launcher? Like, if you could unlock infinite weapons, I'd go through this whole game with this Magnum. Just turn everything on for infinite ammo. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and upgrade my TMP. I'm used to calling it TMP because in other Resident Evil games, this gun was known as the Tactical Machine Pistol, or TMP. So please excuse me calling it TMP. And for funsies, you could actually unlock this this weapon earlier in her B run. If people still call it her B run. And I'll store that in here. And then I'll go and grab all the lasting stuff that I left behind. Probably kill a lot of people. Or, I mean, in the game, at least. But are zombies... Well, you know what? I like to think of zombies as people, because in this case, it was non-consensual viral outbreak. No one consented to this. Not even the rats that ate up all the... that ate up everything consented to this. Yep, and then you get the... I guess you get that back. And then you combine it with this. I like to kind of group all my weapons together. Yeah, and now you have this. But there's also an extended clip that I want to get for it. But I can't remember where I put this extended clip at. Or where it is. You can't go that way because Birkin destroyed everything. Darn you, Birkin! But the suppressor is so... The suppressor isn't as useful in this point in the game. Just because you're not running away from Mr. X. But you are running away. But whenever you do her scenario B, so useful. Because at that point, I think you actually have everything fully upgraded. You see, yeah, I think it, yeah, because you would have, at least you'll have the suppressor at that point. And let me see. I can't go that way because there are liquors, and there's a liquor in there too. I have to go to the second floor anyways. And the best part is that since Mr. X no longer chases you at this point, so you can do your whole collect-a-thon. And collect everything that you couldn't get before because Mr. X is going to give it to you. And I do gotta love the original soundtrack of this game. After I got the original soundtrack, I never played another copy. I never played this game again with the remake soundtrack. In a speedrun of the game, though, you would never do this because a lot of the reason why you don't do this in the speedrun of the game is just because well, you wouldn't. It takes up too much time. You're better off just going with what you got. But I don't recall if I ever did the speedrun fully equipped. Like, I gotta look at the speedrun stats of my games on my main account. So I can give you all a definitive answer. How cool would it have been if you had to turn off the lights in the dark room, or you didn't develop the photos correctly? Yeah, that would have been a pretty awesome and annoying aesthetic for the game. All right, let's go see if I can take out the clickers. The lickers are actually really good to target from far away with the suppressor. I personally haven't tried it just because it will eat your ammo. There we go. Let's make sure that the other one's not in here too. There are two that actually take up the halls here. Oh! I got my knife back. Kniffy in some circles. I remember you from yesterday. We killed you. That was a lot of fun. Same. Yeah, I mostly leg him and knife him. Leg him and just take off. Joe, you're still here. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't think I would go down this way. There's not a reason to. Yeah, this is where I like to go, and I like to collect all the weapons. Like, if I ever play a Resident Evil game and I get a chance to collect weapons, I'll do it every day. all day, every day. And I think, what was it? I was playing Revelations 2, and whatever choice you make with Claire will affect Barry's point of the story. So, like, if you defeat Jose in Claire's story, Barry will get Jose's weapon, or Jose's thing early on. And by that I mean, oh yeah. Huh. Apparently there was also, that's also a fun Easter egg, but you had to click the thing 50 times to get that roll of film in the original game. And it was super convoluted. Aha, now here we go. Now I have a fully upgraded tactical machine pistol. Yeah, I know, I have bad habits. Don't at me. Or at me, cowards. Let's see. Won't lie, I wanted an excuse to play this game again. I think if I am correct, is if they can actually break the door if they wanted to. Rising Rookie. It's absolutely creepy that Wesker actually has a picture of a 19-year-old girl that looks like that was taken during her like, I'm actually assuming that she took that in high school. You finally woke up? Yeah, I just wanted to blow off his head. Bad decision? Probably. Would I do it again? Yes. No hesitation. Alright, time to go grab the other thing. If I'm correct, I think I left Hideo Kojima zombie in there. Yeah, there's some zombies that look very distinctively Japanese. So I always refer to him as the Hideo Kojima zombie. I really gotta stop using this, because it's useful to get those headshots. Ah, the needle cartridges. Yeah, I mean, those are pretty much all of what's left in this game, or to collect. Oh snap!
What the fuck?
And now she'll never harm anyone again. Yeah, it's totally fun blasting all those guys. Whenever you have the infinite rocket launcher, or just minigun, and you just destroy everything in your path, yeah, they'll actually look at you. They'll actually just blow up. It's kind of funny. Just dead. And then you'll run through, like you can clear out that whole hallway, right? And once you clear out the whole hallway, dead. That's it. And you'll still get a cutscene where the guy is being chased. It's pretty humorous. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is the poster that tells you the combination where I got the other TMP ammo. Alright, so I get the videotape from this guy. Or at least I should have, was supposed to. Or no, it's from this guy. And then he comes to life. No! Stranger danger. That's it. Okay, I gotta get out of this thing. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I never understood why you couldn't cheese him for one good. Like that. Yeah. But, uh-oh. There we go. This guy almost hit me. There we go. Yeah. We got him. But I feel like there's gonna be zombies at the end of this. Then we open this thing up so we can connect areas. Oh yeah, I think that's actually the last thing I needed to do. So I can discard that. I can go back that way, but I don't feel like it. Let's make this harder on myself. I want to make me hate me. Oh my god! I feel like Ridley Scott's gonna have a fun lawsuit. Oh no! I don't have anything! At least he can't poison me. Yeah, I'm skipping all the people. Because I can come back with the needle cartridge thingies and just totally take them out. That's a lot of fun. Because you really just, because literally you just watch him go clock, 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 death. Ooh, this guy, yeah. Oh! Yeah. Older Resident Evil games, I would have just sniped that guy. And this is where I need to figure out. Okay. Glad we got that cleared up. You look like you're in a lot of pain, buddy. I feel for you. But you ran into a very grave mistake. I don't actually care all that much.
You asshole!
Words of Austin Powers. Why won't you die? Ah, shit. Let's see. Ooh, I can go down that way. Spark shot. Then I'll go over here. Take that. Use the Queen's plug. It's kind of funny. In the, it will always say electronic part until you examine it, and it goes, "This is the Queen's part." But it looks pretty obvious that these are chess pieces for the king, queen, and whatnot. Super obvious. But, you know, I'm not going to judge people based on, or, you know, judge the developers. But I think that they were a little too, you know, a little too, they could have done better. My personal opinion. They could have done, there was a lot they could have done for that. And they chose, we're going to do this instead. Or they just didn't do anything at all. I know game development is hard and stuff, but I think whenever something is pretty on the nose, you want to do something else, you know? Or, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but basically, they had plenty of choices to do with the naming of certain key items. You know, some do require examination, but some that don't. I think I aimed just a little too low. But I think the spark shot's the perfect thing for these guys. Ooh. I was too close. Far enough. Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh yeah, sometimes the sewers, I get lost a little in here, but that's, oh, I normally find my place. It's kind of funny. When I play this without killing the monsters, and I'm just going through there without having to fight them, I'll find my way out of this pretty darn easy. But after, like, I decide, hey, I'm going to actually, see, dang it. I totally forgot about him. Yeah, see like these equipped. Yeah, so when these monsters are here and I don't take them out, I have a lot more fun with it, you know? In the speedrun, I wouldn't I wouldn't go get the additional 7 needle cartridges. I wouldn't get the additional ones. I just go back to the I would just keep the 7 and I'd hold on to it until I actually needed it. A great example of me needing it would be I guess on Birkin? I can't remember what I actually needed the cartridge for. I keep it, but I don't actually need it. I think it depends on the boss fight and what I have more ammo for. Alright, excuse me for a second. I'm gonna get AFK and go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I really had to go. Yeah. I'm texting my friend. He goes, peer pressure, bro. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I'm texting a couple of friends of mine. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Just doing a little bit of shameless promotion. Actually, I think I remembered I forgot something. Darn. I forgot the night key. I was totally there too. Yeah, I'm kind of a dunce. It's been a while since I played the game. I memorized a lot of the stuff too. But I also played this game for like 2 months straight, I think. I was trying to unlock everything, and I like, this is one of my favorite games, I have to say, was that brought out the inner completionist in me. Relatively speaking, you know. So, ooh, oh, I forgot about this one. Yeah, I can't wait to get the upgrade for the spark shot, because then this thing becomes deadly. I wish you could get it earlier in the game. Or, you know, just give it the intended power it was always meant to have. Wait, I never went this way. What's over here? Oh, it's this place. Okay. Yeah, this is... yeah. Heck yeah. Okay. I got a call for my elevator. You know, I gotta admit, that's actually probably one of the small details in the game is actually having to call the elevator. Instead of the game guessing, oh, you're here, let's call the elevator. Oh, we meet again, person who I didn't kill the first time I went through this. I have attained all the plugs, so I can go back. So, yeah, if this is a speed run, I'd totally fail just in like 2 minutes. But luckily it's not. I think I still get something for finishing the game under 5 hours. I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh wait, yeah, if I complete Claire's story in under 3 hours and 30 minutes, I get her minigun. And then on Leon's I would get a rocket launcher that's actually got nothing to do with the story of the game. I use the tape. Now let's discover lore secrets.
Oh, please, stop. No. How are you, French? No hurt him.
Glad I watched that.
Yeah, I got my friends who are texting me like, hey man, what are you doing? What you doing? And I'm over here like, well, it's funny you should mention, I'm streaming right now. Don't try to make it my personal life or something, you know. Great, got the bishop. We got the pawn. And the knight. So let's look at my notes, because my notes will tell me exactly where everything goes. Okay. Knight, rook, and bishop. Okay. Let's read the clues real quick. Pretty sure the rook and the knight are on the same wall. The bishop and the queen aren't next to each other. And the queen and the rook are opposite to each other, too. Pretty sure the rook and the knight are in the same wall. And the bishop and queen are next to each other. Okay. So the knight goes here. Yeah, if I'm reading this correctly, because I put it some kind of way, it was weird. The rook goes here. And the bishop goes here. And it's the king, the queen, and the pawn. So we got king, queen, pawn. Alright, yeah. I totally read what I had to say about that, yeah.
All right, Sherry. On my way.
Oh snap, yep, I better go grab some healing items for this battle. So yeah, I also hoard healing items, and it's not specifically for this battle, but it's kind of for this battle. Oh, I might as well take some flash grenades. Alright, cool. See, I hoard a lot of items. Okay, hold on. There's supposed to be a green herb I'm totally missing. Yeah, there it is. Alright, how did I do this last time with the generator thing? Okay. Whoop whoop! Then I go this way. Oh no, what am I to do? Everything's on fire. I don't know what to do because everything's on fire. Let me out. Let me out. Holy crap. Birkin's coming from all directions. Oh no. Somebody casted a really bad version of Mage Hand. Hey. Well, no, well, that's the thing, Claire. You totally saw this guy in the elevator, and he mutated right in front of your eyes. So you might be pointing out the obvious, just saying. Okay, yep. Okay, so I need to do this.
Have I got a surprise for you?
Crap, okay. Oh, that's pretty messed up. Because, you know, the guy was down for the count. Supposedly, there's a way to make him groggy enough. Yeah, supposedly there's a way to make him groggy enough to where he just totally ignored, or where they totally ignore, I'm going to do this a second time. It's like a whole achievement too. So yeah, you can get this on your first try. It's not impossible, but he's supposed to be prone or something. I did it once, but I think I was also using like the infinite rocket launcher ammo thing. I did it, yeah, infinite rocket launcher with the with what I, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Sherry. This is taking forever.
Y'all get the idea. I used some pretty broken method to do it. Kind of want to save ammo on that, so I'll put this into the shortcuts.
Sherry, can you hear me?
I totally forgot I'm using Polygon Claire,
Sherry?
but that's just because I feel like the lighting.
Sherry, are you alright? What are you doing? I'm here to help.
It's kind of funny how the camera it
Sherry's been
switches.
implanted. She can't be saved. Fucking kidding me. You're her mother. Get in here. You don't understand.
Just so you know, you think you have daddy issues, think about Sherry. She's carrying a slug inside of her that says, hey, my father did this to me.
Wait! Wait! I can treat her. In my lab. It's not far away. There's not enough time. Millions of lives are at stake. Sherry, Mommy loves you, sweetie. Goodbye.
But do you love your daughter, though?
Sherry, don't worry. I will get you whatever you need, okay?
Why are you doing this?
Because I care.
Thank you, Claire.
Claire, 19-year-old kid, more caring than the mother. I'm just saying.
Ned said her lab's not far. Wait, that cable car. Hold on, Sherry.
I think the model still looks so funny doing this. Clink, 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 clink.
We're almost there. Good. Cable car.
The fact that she has a visitor's pass. Think about what you have to go through just to visit this underground facility. You got to take a train car to get there. It's very underground, under Raccoon City. But to get there, you have to go through the city sewer system.
Just hold on, Sherry, okay?
And then you can't go onto the train car unless somebody with you has a visitor's pass. And they give it to a little girl. The fact that the little girl has access to a sewer that took us forever to get through. And I do mean it takes a while to get through there. And after you gain access to the sewer system to get into the facility,
Do not exit until the final destination.
you have to go through a train car. Like, that's some pretty ridiculous chiz there.
Hey,
Yeah,
are you okay?
Like, that's kind of a stretch if you think about it. Excuse me. Sorry. I like to stretch. So, and this isn't just a facility that anyone can visit. She is literally the biological child of two of the top scientists in Umbrella that were studying G virus and T virus respectively. And on top of that, like, the facilities you get as with the level 1 pass, I mean, it doesn't take you very far. Pretty much all she can do is just go anywhere where she can, Oh man, wow. That's, it's kind of funny placing for a pendant on a polygon character. But also, think about where you have to go for this, entire thing. So, to kind of give you a perspective, once she gets to the bottom, all she can pretty much go to is the cafeteria and probably some waiting room. And that's pretty much it. So there's not a lot for her to do at this facility in the first place. But the fact that she has to go through all that mess just so that she can get to where her parents are at, yeah, it's quite a bit. So let's see what we have here.
I'm getting you treatment. Just hold on, Sherry. It's okay.
On top of that, like, there's also great need for a shower because you went through the sewer system.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
Oh my gosh.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
So many doors.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
Alright, so she can go to this room, which is obviously... It's like a security room. They have a bed where people can sleep. Plus ways to look at camera stuff. I think it's funny that Sherry has the jacket, but not a lot for her. But it doesn't come off of Claire because everything's polygonal.
Antiviral agent. That's it. That's gotta be it. Hey. Hey, Sherry. I gotta go. You stay right here, though, okay? I'll be back soon. I promise.
She promises. I'd say that it's a good thing Claire's trustworthy. And then they talk about Nest. Yeah, I wanted to call it the Hive because I recently bought the Resident Evil movies. Oh, fun fact. If you did not collect the shotgun or the grenade launcher while you were in the facility, you could actually pick up the shotgun and grenade launcher here. So that's actually a pretty interesting point. I feel bad for that half-eaten pizza, though. I would have totally finished it off. That was weird. I couldn't do anything with it. Alright, so let's see. I pretty much don't need these anymore. And I can store that. Yeah. That's the way I kind of see it for boss battles. If I don't need it anymore, I'm good. Okay, so I think I don't know if that's part of Japanese culture or real top secret facilities do this. If anybody works at a top secret facility and they feel comfortable sharing that information with me, please do so. Do they actually have nap rooms? Because I know in Japan...
Authorized staff only beyond this point. Guests must refrain from entering.
I know in Japan, you're, what was it? You can go into a nap room. And that's also a thing I like to point out, is that Sherry's not allowed to go into a nap room, but she's allowed to sleep in the... I'm assuming she can sleep in the security room that I was just in. See, she has access to the cafeteria. She doesn't have a lot going, especially for a kid. But anyways, in Japanese culture, you're allowed to sleep on the job because it considers that you did enough work to earn that for yourself. I like to these guys for a they come alive. I totally forgot about it. I heard you, but I was ignoring you. I was actively choosing to ignore you. So the fact they actually had nap rooms is pretty cool, but there's actually a guy that actually dies in those nap rooms. And that's not a joke. It's actually pretty sad and tragic. Imagine you're sleeping in a room, you're napping actually, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And the next thing you know, the entire facility goes to crap. You think you're safe until that point. Oh snap, you were still red. Yeah. So let's see. And there should be one more guy over here. There he is.
What the hell is up with this?
And then we just light him. And I'm not gonna do that. I definitely won't get the infinite ammo knife because I only found like 3 of those things. And I wasn't even paying attention to them. Now that's crazy that, well, I'm guessing that's a maintenance shaft more than an actual ventilation shaft, but it probably works for both. I'll hold on to that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab the grenade. Okay. Yeah, these armored guys are kind of tough, but I think I killed him with the grenade. That's usually how I deal with that guy. When in doubt, blow it up. Let's see. Alright, cool. Now here comes one of my favorite things. High voltage for the spark shot. A custom part for the spark makes it possible to store a large amount of high voltage electricity, reducing the time between shots. Basically, I can discharge it much quicker. But, okay, yeah, I still need to get the thing to turn it on. Again, I feel bad for the guy that was napping in there because you imagine you worked a hard day's shift, everything goes to crap, and you're trying to get out, and then only to be killed in the nap room. Oh yeah.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't have any. Just gonna go ahead and store those.
By Chief Cartwright in the East area.
So, antiviral agents in the West area.
It's kind of funny because you can find video footage of them killing Birkin, but it makes you actually wonder. Hey Marcus, how you doing? But I gotta ask you, man. I know that this makes much more sense, but I actually told you. Oh, you probably muted me yesterday. But yeah, I told you that I was broadcasting on YouTube. If you didn't hear me on my Twitch stream, but I also sent you a link to the YouTube page. So I'm wondering how you didn't get it. I wanted to do YouTube because I wanted to try a different platform from the rest of y'all. Hope you can understand that. But this is also for fun, and I think it's also a lot better to archive these videos. Okay. But what did you mean by that makes much more sense? What did you mean by that? Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I just sent a video link, but I'm actually doing a live stream. It's been going on for about an hour and 41 minutes. I'm just going to probably finish Claire's story and just probably call it quits after that. I'm planning on streaming late. Oh, snap, I went the wrong way. I'm planning on streaming later tonight just so that I'll start Leon's story and go from there. But I don't think I'm going to do the polygonal shapes. I guess because I just picked a bad time. It's Monday. Everybody's at work. So I think I'll stream later tonight.
Staff clearance required for computer
That's
access.
right. Okay, and then this is where I'm going to run into some Ivies. Anyways, Marcus, how are you, man? How you doing, bud? Okay, I memorized the codes for these so I can open them up all right. Alright, so first one is this. Well, I didn't actually memorize the codes, I just wrote them down. Or I put an image and I saved them. Oh, that sucks. I slept in pretty late today. So yeah, I'm sorry you couldn't get good sleep, buddy. You know what? We should blame Obama for that one. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore. I won't lie, I don't think that's a thing anymore. But so we'll blame Trump. I know that one's a thing. Or we can blame, yeah. So anyways, Marcus says, I've been what's it called? You can probably go back and watch this later, but I've been doing commentary on the game itself. Oh my gosh, I barely got the combining tutorial. Wow. Wow, that's hilarious. I've been combining tools left and right for this game, only to barely get the thing. That's actually pretty funny. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to get the canister. I forgot, that's actually important if I want to succeed. Let's see.
Dispensing solution now.
Alright, so let's see. Alright, cool. Alright, so I've been doing some commentary on the game, and one of the things that I was commentating about was that, a lot of it was kind of like the game's story, you know? Its overall narrative. You know, kind of taking some shots here and there.
Manual mode engaged. Adjust amount of solution to match cartridge capacity.
Yeah, that's true. But I wanted to get a crack on this platform, you know? So let's go with red, green, blue, red, green, and then blue, red, green. Yeah, totally, Marcus. Yeah, I totally agree too. Yeah. I just wanted to try something else different, that's all. I will admit though, and then you also have a lot more freedom of speech, and by that I mean you won't be threatened with demonetization on YouTube as much, you know? So I can understand the benefits of having both. It's like a best of both worlds kind of situation. So I was doing some commentating on this game, and oh really? You're gonna live off campus this semester?
Oh no.
Why is that? Are they kind of making it harder for students to live on campus now just because of the whole pandemic going on? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Oh snap! I actually thought I was going into some kind of thing there. Luckily, I pressed the button. All well. Anyways. Yeah. I imagine the students will have a low. I imagine there'll be like a low student kind of show up thing. Catch my drift, like I'm hearing that there are some students who are actively choosing not to go because Solross sucks in pandemic. So yeah, sorry pal, but I'm glad you're still going to college despite everything that's happening. That's really good for you, bud. I guess I'll go ahead and just take out these guys' heads. Last thing I want is these guys to come to life. But yeah, buddy, I hope it all works out for you. Oh snap. Oh snap. Oh snap. Ah, oh, come on. Oh wait, I missed one. I thought I actually saw a ghost. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought I saw a ghost in this game. Like you see a dude in a white lab coat come in and go, hey. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. This is not fun by no means. No means is this fun. Okay, so I hope that was just as good for y'all as it was for me. Dang it. Yeah, they try to make it more of a hassle for you to live off campus if you're going. That's the thing that does suck. That does suck. Because they really, none of those guys, they don't want you living off campus. They really don't. Like you could pretty much you could have a pre-established home in Alpine, and they want you to, and they would love it if you went and lived on campus. But then, like, you could be living at this one resident your entire life, and they're like, okay, you're gonna live on campus? And you're like, no, I do not want to live on campus. No? Like, what? Oh, snap, I got the guy in the head. I got the guy in the head. Because, yeah, and so like you can be living in Alpine your entire life, and then they'll still tell you, cool, you still need to fill out this form. I was like, wait, I got to fill out a form to live in a house that I've been living in for years? Like, come on. Haha. Oh, yeah, I know. It's definitely not. It is definitely no fun. It's kind of one of the reasons why a lot of people think that going to college is a big scam. And I guess probably to a certain degree it could be. And some people treat it as such. But in the long run, it'll be worth it. But right now, I think, as far as the job market goes, actually, I think you going right now will be fine, because I feel like the job market will be, I think it'll be better, because I'm having a hard time finding someplace new. I don't even think Kevin's trying anymore because of the whole pandemic. So,
Seriously?
as far as I'm concerned, you can do whatever you want. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I hate that IVs are instant death. But anyways, Marcus, enough about college stuff. Let's talk about video game stuff. That's why we're all here. 4 people in a single house, that's tough. It can be done, but it's tough. Kevin Red and I did it, and it's still tough. Heck, you did it for a month, and it's tough. But anyways, let's talk about video game stuff, man. Yeah. The death screens are pretty lame. Like, you are dead, but it's not. It doesn't have the same kind of touch that most things do. And I love and Resident Evil is one of my favorite franchises. But you know, sometimes they do things that are cool, and then they do things that are just kind of lame. And unfortunately, the most recent of the death screens are kind of like that. I will say though, like, also get the flag. Yeah. That one's a messed up one too. You can't really see how they die. I think a lot of that has to do with censorship, because in the original game, they did a lot of censorship on the first game, such as switching everything to black and white. You don't get to see Joseph die the way he's supposed to. They never actually show you the hand holding the gun. And then, yeah, everything's like movie filter horror. So I will admit, that's pretty messed up. Especially being a longtime horror fan and stuff, you know? Okay, I'm gonna walk slowly. Oh snap. I think that is actually the consensus of everybody, because it's hard to find the game. And then people are plagued with the fact that an HD collection exists for the game, but it's like done horribly because they lost most of the information that created the game. And so they basically took an emulator or ROM or whatever we call it these days to remedy this problem. Sorry if I seem a little dumb about the controllers for the game at the moment. I'm still getting used to some of the layout, because I was playing Revelations and there's different ways to do certain things. Anyways. Yeah, it is a really bad remaster, but check this out. I was actually looking at different versions of the game, and there's apparently a classic Xbox version of the game, right? And during that classic version of the game, that was probably one of the first of the bad ports. Apparently, it didn't port well to the original Xbox, but it wasn't a very bad port. The first very bad port was probably on the PC, and the PC had a kind of an infamous port as well, which I was actually kind of surprised about, because usually a lot of people want their favorite game on PC, you know? Yeah, they want their favorite game on PC for the reason that everybody else does. And the PC version is very rare, because it wasn't very, it's because it was disc-based. There was never a digital base to the game. Yeah, and then it didn't sell very well on PC either. That was around the time where, like, PC gaming wasn't actually very big. And I think it's just to deal with the time. So yes, there is a PC version of the game. It exists, but a lot of people are like, kind of like, I'm not much of a PC gamer. That's how it feels. And then they decided to port over the game to Xbox 360 with an HD version because, you know, it was pretty popular. On top of that, the Silent Hill movie came out that was based off of Silent Hill 3. So they decided to do an HD collection, but everyone was disappointed because they didn't port over Silent Hill 1. But Silent Hill 1 went on the PlayStation 3 store. But it didn't make people less sad, you know? Like, oh man, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, there's a lot of people that weren't happy about they weren't very happy that they got a crappy thing. Yeah, a lot of people actually feel like that. So, and there are people who did what they call the true HD remake or HD port of the game. They actually call it that, and it's actually some pretty skilled gamers who went, or programmers, and they went, hey, this is how it should look like. So, and then they left the voice acting as it is. Nobody actually, believe it or not, the improved version of the game that's supposed to have better voice acting. A lot of people didn't like it. It didn't fit the tone of the game or story or something like that. And I think it's just because it was the era. You know, this was the era of gaming. It's like if people went back, took the original RE1, and then they did spectacular voice acting for it. Yeah, it's like RE1. The voice acting was intentionally bad. They didn't want to make a stellar voice acting game. I think the only game I can recall that actually had really good voice acting was probably Metal Gear Solid 1. And that was because Hideo Kojima wanted the game to be kind of like a Hollywood movie. And so they had to cutscenes were very few and through at the time. So who knows? All right, Marcus, I'm about to do your favorite puzzle here. Yeah, it's kind of funny, ladies and gentlemen, that watch this. My brother Marcus, he has a hard time with the controller here. Again, like, I think it was completely intentional for the reason that they're going for the style. Like, you can't believe that this world actually existed. Yep. Aha, a waste of space. I like it. When it comes to developers, they always have like some kind of reason. Yeah, every character that's in there is supposed to creep you out. Interestingly enough, one of the creepiest things is they never see the same monsters that you do. Every monster that you see in those games, they're catered towards the player character. That was a glitch. So basically, it's why most of the characters that you see are either in BDSM, mostly look female, or they're a human personification of the character's male parts. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of idea they were going with the Sam Raimi films. In fact, I think Evil Dead inspired some of the things that were in Silent Hill, but a lot of American horror is why Japan likes to make American horror movies and stories and folklore. Actually inspired a lot of Japanese things. And I think one of the few games, like Fatal Frame, is one of the few games where they actually had the games based with yokai of some sorts. And some people felt like that was probably one of the better ways to play. Oh, it's one of the better things is that Japan agrees it should all take place in America. And the thing about Sam Raimi, even whenever he does a Spider-Man, he does add his horror movie aesthetics to it. Kind of like how the Green Goblin is always like the scariest villain in that series and franchise, actually. But he's always saying something hilarious, like whenever he blows up Aunt May's home and he goes, "Finish it! Finish it!" Okay, off the topic, but fun fact: Igor from Persona. Oh, okay. Is inspired by Igor from Young Frankenstein. Oh wow, so he's Igor, not Igor. Got it. That's awesome. And that's one of the things I like about Japan is that they don't just they like to look for inspiration everywhere they can find it. And that's actually why I like a lot of Japanese media. On top of that, they're also not how do you explain it? I think they're not also plagued by censorship either. Like they don't need to apologize for their content, you know? Like or they don't feel the need to explain themselves. If they do explain themselves, it's because they know they messed up somewhere, such as if say a video game character or something along those lines. And then I grabbed it, so I discard it. Yeah, so it's like if it's like when Last of Us 2 came out, the guy felt like he didn't feel like he needed to apologize, but a lot of fans were like, we want an apology because this game's appalling. And Japan doesn't feel like they don't need to explain themselves or anything like that. But like, but kind of like what's the term I'm looking for? Yeah, they do love the West. They find a lot of good inspiration off of Western games. It's probably one of the things that makes me happy. The only problem that they don't want is our censorship. It doesn't feel, they feel like it doesn't belong. And I gotta agree with them, because I wouldn't want some foreign country to censor my game just because they don't like it. And if they don't like my content, they don't have to buy my content. That's how I look at it. It's kind of why like games like Rule of Rose, which is a Japanese game, and Haunting Ground didn't do well in the States. Actually, that's actually pretty funny. The reason why they hide blood is, I was looking at this because in Japan, they have a really strict code of ethics in their games. Example is that Final Fantasy VII and anywhere that has the ESRB rating, Final Fantasy VII's remake would have made T for teen easy. And that's what they wanted, was to make T for teen games. But in Japan, they have like a much stricter ESRB rating system. And apparently with Tifa being as as gifted as she is, I'm going to put it, as busty as she is, they had to find some way to kind of make it seem like, okay, she's an athletics trainer, but she also needs to work at a bar. They had to find a common gray area, so they gave her clothes that suppressed her bust. And again, that's not a bad thing. That's just Japan. That's actually a pretty good thing. That's actually, for me and personally, I think that's an awesome. That's an awesome addition to Tifa's character. They gave her a compression top to kind of hide her boobs. Not gonna sugarcoat it. At the same time, some fans felt like that was kind of messed up because Japan went for the censorship, but Japan wanted to make sure that teenagers could play the game in Japan, and they didn't have to go get their parents to buy an M for mature game, because the first thing that parents are going to ask, why is this rated M for mature? And then, that's granted, that is the thing, but it was part of Tifa's character because she ran a bar. Is pretty much what happened. She runs a bar. She wants to get all the tips that she can from people. So obviously she's going to wear tank top and a short skirt. But because they don't want people actually being able to look under her skirt, they decided to give her athletic shorts underneath. So that way she kind of has like that cheerleader vibe kind of thing, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then that's alright. But, and I will admit, there are some cringy moments, and then there are some where it's artistic choices. Like, what was it, in the original Resident Evil 3, they gave Jill the costume that she has because she wanted to be able to move easily, and she wasn't going to be weighed down, so it's why she wore a skirt, and she wore a tube top. But, and then when they did the remake, they gave her something more practical to wear. So, easy to move in jeans or pants. And they also don't have to actually, and then it skips the whole, over-sexualizing her. And then a tank top. And honestly, I think whenever they did the remake for this one, they actually did pretty smart by giving, Claire warmer clothes to wear because she's in the northern United States in the fall. And then whenever they decided, hey, we're going to give them the classic outfit, the one thing I didn't like was that she wore a tank top instead of her classic, like right here, this Claire is wearing a shirt underneath, and it's a compression, like, sports shirt. Which I think was actually a pretty good, cool idea. I think I'm going to go ahead and fight these guys.
Oh no!
And it's probably the easiest way to actually get that achievement. I think I just heard one rise. There he is. And back off. Ah, crap. But totally, like, they're over-sexual. Yeah, it's getting to the point where everyone's like, they don't want to cringe at the idea of over-sexualizing female characters. So I get that. I understand. People don't want to cringe. But at the same time, you got to make the game appealing to a certain audience. I will agree, though, there are some games where it has business being and it doesn't. There are some where it's an actual artistic choice. An example was the game Haunting Ground. They over-sexualized Fiona for a purpose. There was a purpose for doing that to her. I think a lot of... and not everybody agreed with the purpose, but you know what? I did. And that's just because they wanted you to feel as vulnerable as a woman would in that condition. And I think that was actually a right move to play. Ah, crap. I forgot to... oh, wait. No, I didn't. I grabbed the thing I needed to grab. I had to grab the senior staff man. I grabbed the senior staff man. I know what I did. Oh, shiznit. Dang it, I should have equipped with a flash grenade. But I do give games props whenever they have women in the game and they're not over-sexualized and they're actually done really well. For example, the first Last of Us, done pretty well. Although I would cringe at the fact that they actually tried to, if they actually try to over-sexualize, what's her name, Ellie. That would just be weird. Especially, not as weird in the second game. Oh, it'd still be kind of weird. I think it would always be weird. Just because Ellie's kind of like baby sister. And that's just how I kind of view her. Oh, snap. Okay, yeah. I think I'll be good. Alright, here we go. OSS. There we go. And then I can finally throw this away. I remember my very first run through this game ever, I decided, hey, wouldn't it be an awesome idea if I decided to save all the items because I could never use them? Oh yeah, I did show you that one day, huh? I mean, it wasn't that hard to do it. Like, it's easy to figure out. Aw, snap. Now, this is the thing that I never liked in the story, is that they clearly wasted the guy. He was unresponsive. And then he wakes up for a split second and has the strength to inject himself with the G virus. Like, I think to me it would have made a lot more sense as if his wife actually did that.
I'll ask you one more time.
So, for me, I'm thinking... it's okay, Marcus. We all have brain farts. I had a problem with a puzzle that involved Sherry with the blocks, and Kevin was screaming at me, "You had it. You had it." So, anyways,
We had a snafu. Target resisted. We had to take him out.
yeah. And so pretty much he's very unresponsive here. It honestly would have made more sense if his wife injected him with the G virus, because she was actually taking notes in the middle of the story for Claire's run. So I really think that that's what she should have done. And yeah, F Birkin. Actually, yeah, Birkin. One thing about Birkin is that he is the cause of everything that pretty much happens in the first trilogy of the Resident Evil games. In fact, like, he was actually in Resident Evil 0. I don't know if you played, but in Resident Evil 0, like, him and Wesker are actually testing out the police officers, the STARS members, and you're actually watching them die, one at a time. It's something that's pretty tough to watch, but when you do, it's like, oh, okay, that's how it happened. Man, those guys are jerks. Yeah. And then on top of that, like, Birkin wanted to do something big with the, I think he wanted to do something big, not with Spencer, but it was another guy, I forget his name. And apparently Wesker and Birkin actually, actually were together in a training facility, training to basically be like military people. What ended up happening was that at some point Birkin and Wesker decided, we need to take this one guy out. We don't like this guy, let's take him out. And Birkin was like, you son of a gun, I'm in. And that's pretty much how that went. And so when it came down to it, Birkin decided, they decided to kill this one guy. I forget his name. I think it was like Marcus something. Marcus something. Marcus Wright. I can't remember. Because he developed a T virus, but he put it into leeches. And then he basically became like a leech man. And he had zombies made from the T virus that are also made from leeches. So everyone was just basically, oh, that's so cool. What? That's an awesome concept. I would really... And, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea as far as stories go, but everyone was kind of like, that's actually pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty cool concept. But the problem was the execution. It took me forever to beat RE2 because I had a hard... Or RE0, I mean. Because I had a hard time buying the whole story for it. It was fun on the train. It was claustrophobic. It was a big old hallway. You had to figure out how to get through the train, and then you lose interest because they put you back in a mansion, which becomes a training facility.
Damn it.
And so you're kind of like, oh, I gotta go through this. I gotta go through this again. And then you end up in a different area. You kind of just lose interest after the train.
Got it.
And it's just like the pacing of the game. And the training facility would have been cool if it looked like an actual training facility and not an actual mansion that just happened to have business rooms. And that's kind of my problem with the story as far as the stories go. And now here's another problem with my story in RE2, which is the true canon to RE2 remake. Because I have a conspiracy theory saying that the remake trilogy is what I'm calling it, from Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, the remake trilogy, is going to be connected into something else. So I want to say RE7, but RE7 has already come out, and the only remake that exists was RE1. But I think it would have been really awesome to see an Resident Evil game where everything gets connected. People find Lisa Trevor and bring her back, and all these things that weren't in the original games be made into the original game. Oh, here we go. The infamous scene where somehow Birkin stood up from being killed from a rain of gunfire, injecting himself with G-Virus. Oh, well, this is after he injected himself. Yeah, it didn't do him very good. And then they cure the mutation inside of Sherry, but she gained the regenerative powers. That's an interesting thing about this game, though. They always do. You're infected with a T virus. You get cured. You keep all the powers, but you do not. I repeat, you do not get zombified, and you get Albert Wesker's powers.
I couldn't let my daughter grow up in a world with a G virus in it. But that's no excuse for...
Oh snap! She revealed that she was the one that turned him on to it. Haha.
I got this.
This in itself was kind of an interesting boss fight.
Sorry.
I think if I'm correct though, this was I want to say this was an added boss fight.
I got this.
I don't, but I also haven't played RE2 in a long time. But for me, this part of the story didn't make sense.
Damn good idea.
Never you do.
But they needed some kind of conflict, and they in this version of RE2 they contradict the story for one or another. All right, I'm not gonna wait to use that. Oh, okay. Ah, crap. I haven't fought this guy in a long time, so forgive me if I suck. And then, spark shot time. Haha. I forget that it doesn't auto-reload. I like that the eyes are kind of health bars, though. Uh-oh. 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 Run! Okay, because you were unresponsive for quite a while during my entire ramblings. I only stopped talking just because I have to play this game. Spark shot. Okay, so that didn't work. That's some BS. Acid rounds, girl's favorite taser. Probably mace. I'll go with mace. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Alright, time to grab all the goodies.
Ending quarantine.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of a weapon. I'm kind of an ammo hoard. I might have a problem, but some people might say that's actually a solution. I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. Ooh, I'll take a first aid spray though. Let's equip this. Let's switch out some. Let's switch out. Yeah, there we go.
Service lift is now operational.
Oh wow, 4.5 hours. Way to go, me. Not a speed, not my speed time record, but that's a pretty good record. Pretty much any RE game can be beaten in under 5 hours. It's how these games are designed. The only reason why it takes a lot of people so much longer on their first run through is just because they want to explore everything. Which I don't blame them. I mean, Capcom knows how to make fun exploration games. Or they know how to put some fun stuff in here. But sometimes it's annoying when you can't backtrack. Alright, let's see what we got here. I will admit though, I have made it where this game was like, oh my gosh, everything's destroyed. I will say that's probably a new handgun record ammo. 129 or 179 it's called handgun ammo left, and I'm at this point of the game. Yeah, I think that should be a feat on its own. Hey, there's a second person online. Nice, or on here. Nice to meet you, second person. I can't, I'm playing on the PS4, so I can't exactly see who's on here. But thanks for joining. You actually caught pretty much the ending to the RE2 remake, at least for Claire's story. And I gotta admit, this is actually a pretty fun story, I gotta say. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go back to Sherry. Alright, yeah. There we go. Way to go. So, to kind of recap, while this whole cutscene is playing, you could choose to ignore me. So this is actually a test stream. I was testing out RE2 to see if I can get streaming to work on YouTube. Obviously, I have. The day before, though, I was streaming this game on Twitch, and I did the first half of it. So I pretty much did from the beginning of Claire's story all the way to the point to where Sherry has to run away from the police chief. And so the police chief... So after I did all that mess, I've been doing the rest of the game. So I'm going to finish up the game tonight, and second person, if you want to, you can come back later tonight and I'll start Leon's story, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'll probably do it later on tonight, maybe 9 o'clock. Just subscribe, ring the notification button, and you'll know exactly when I'll get on. And so, that would be pretty awesome if you came back. I'm probably going to advertise again. And yeah, it'd be awesome if you can subscribe, ring the notification button. Marcus, that'd be awesome if you can do it too, bud. I'll probably tell everybody else, please subscribe, ring the notification button, and have notifications turn on your phone or whatever. Either way, I'm pretty much going to save these live streams. If y'all guys just like me playing games, or you just like hearing my voice, or you know, you can, if you want to start a conversation on the
What does that mean?
On the chat, it's fine. I can talk about subjects that I see in the comment section and give my opinions on it. I won't do anything political or controversial, like as far as real life stuff goes. As far as video games go, I'm all for that. I have a lot of opinions of video games, a lot of good ideas, a lot of theories. I actually have one where which part of the story is canon for this game. It's actually pretty interesting because, like, to make this entire story canon, you actually have to pick and choose the canon of how you run it. So I always run it scenario A, Claire, scenario B, Leon, and I have it where Claire only fought Birkin's second and fourth form, where Leon fought the first and third form, and then we ignore Annette Birkin's death right here. I choose to ignore this death ever happened, and I save her death for Leon's campaign because you kind of got to do it for Leon's story to work. And that's just the sad truth behind it. Oops. No. Okay. Did I combine it? Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I don't want to rush you, but we have to go.
Alright, let's go. Okay, announcing person. You shut your mouth. Oh snap, I did not pick up the item. That's actually pretty funny. Good thing there's no timer. That would suck. I've actually had it where it was like a minute and a half left, or minute and a half left. Yeah, I actually had it where a minute and a half was left on the counter, and next thing I know, boom, gone, done. That's it. That's all she wrote. Okay, let's see.
Let's get the hell out of here.
La 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 la. Slow elevator ride ever. So my question is, I'm pretty sure that's a fusion reactor. Why isn't Umbrella sharing this technology with the rest of the world? They're trying to make bioweapons, and they somehow made a fusion reactor. I'm sorry, but y'all could have made your fortune making fusion reactors for everybody. But you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy sitting in the chair playing a game and going through a zombie apocalypse that y'all started. So that's none of my business. I thought we were about to do a cutscene, but I remember that's on Leon's story. Haha. Okay, well, I guess I'll save right here. Okay.
Sherry, run!
I just actually run past these guys. I really do. They ain't attacking me or Sherry anytime soon, I'll tell you what. Oh no, can't take that. Tra la la, tra la la la, tra la 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 la.
Of course. The stupid thing's locked.
Hold on.
Sherry, where do you...
I think I can open it from the other side.
We'll make it quick, Birkin, because apparently we are about to be... Yeah, make it up. We're about to become used gym socks if you don't hurry. And here comes the second body.
Detonation.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Congrats, Marcus. Little girl, how long does it take to unlock a door? Seriously.
Nice work, Sherry.
Okay, it was a ventilation shaft. You may be forgiven. That didn't take too long.
Sherry, you hanging in there? Hey, wait, hold
Alright, tell Mom I said hi.
Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here. Worth a try.
8 minutes until detonation.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh, there's the box. Okay, I don't have any ammo for you, so you're going. You're gone. Boom, out of here.
What are you doing? We gotta get this train moving. I need you to stay right here, okay?
Okay. I promise I won't move.
Good.
Be careful.
Always.
I'd like to point out also, for the viewers who are now just joining us, Sherry Birkin probably has some really bad daddy issues. Yeah. That's something that they never tell you.
Okay. Alright. Did something. Okay.
And then this is where Leon finally pops up.
Flaire!
What?
I think it's kind of messed up though, because I liked how in the original game, Leon and Claire would always run into each other, and then whatever choices one person makes, the other, it affects the other person.
You need to get out.
But it also depends on
No, I found a way out.
certain situations.
I think we can all
Even
make
if Leon were to start scenario A and Claire does scenario B,
Claire.
Leon will always be a step
Leon?
behind
Sorry,
Claire.
you're breaking up.
And that is
Don't worry about
guaranteed.
me. Just get out of here.
I've done it before, like, I pieced it together, and it's always like that. Sad to say.
Damn.
Yeah. Awesome, minigun.
Minutes until detonation.
Alrighty. Oh. There he is.
Why can't you just die?
That's a pretty fair point. I really do wish this guy could take a hint. We don't want you alive. Apparently, the feeling's mutual. But you know, that's something you should keep to yourself and not tell other people. It's okay for me because I'm human and you're not. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go switch to the big guns for this. Okay, Edelin Page, you don't have to tell me that it takes 6 minutes until my June. I also hate how slow she runs, I like to point that out too. Oh boy. Take this, evildoer. Dang it. That's a good idea. Glad I thought of it. Good job, Marcus. Whoa, okay. Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. Cause it's the final boss battle! I totally missed that part. Okay. Come on. Oh, well, okay. That looks like it got him? Or it didn't. No. That really makes me sad. I like to say he's probably entering his weakened state. Where he's just dragging his eyeballs. There it goes. 3 minutes left to spare. Way to go. Way to go. Well, there we go. We beat Claire's side of the story. Now we just gotta do all the cutscene stuff.
Claire! It's okay. I'm here. We're getting out of here.
Oh yay, I went to level 2 on Discord. Haha, yay. Yay me. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's totally be awesome, guys. I'm happy about that. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So yay. Whoop whoop.
I want to see where you live.
So anyways,
Shower.
yeah, she really does. Like she was swimming around in poop
Claire.
Let's not sugarcoat it.
Leon!
That's exactly what happened.
It's so good to see you.
That's what happens.
You did.
Alright, let's see the final score. Yeah, I'm skipping that. Oh no, it's the post-credit scene. What's gonna happen? No, 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 no. I know what happens. I gotta do Leon's scenario B. That happens. Oh, hey, I got an A. Saved 11 times, yeah. Let's see what happened. Alright, says I got concept art, model, concept art, costume, Leon and Claire's alternatives, yay. Game mode, Leon's second story, costume, Claire's normal custom. And then I got model M19, model, yeah, it's all the weapon models. But yeah, okay, game mode S completion. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can now unlock the S completion ranked, according to the beginning, a ranked player. Alright, so that's it. That's it for this stream, guys. I'll most likely stream later on tonight, and we'll probably do play 2 to 3 hours, probably do Leon's side of the story to kind of get things going. And I always did like running Leon's second run, because his is a lot more fun. And, well, I won't, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Alright. Catch you guys later. Please, rate me, subscribe, ring the notification button so that way you can watch more of my future videos. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.